Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please chant with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Grantharaja Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Patitapavana Ki Jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra Ki Jai. Bhagavad Gita as it is Ki Jai. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So tonight we're going to hear a little bit about His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj and some other things also. But Bhakti Charu Maharaj was a very dear friend of mine, and he was what you would call a genuine servant of Krishna. And he dedicated his whole life serving Krishna with love and devotion, actually love and devotion. He was a pure devotee whose only, let's say, his only service was serving his guru, Srila Prabhupada, with love and devotion, and always being a perfect example for his devotees and for all devotees as a genuine, what you would call, sadhu. He was a genuine sadhu. He lived very simply, but he was also very gentle and friendly. And in his association, one felt very happy. And also, you could see that he was highly educated. He was a, what you would call a real brahmana. And he knew so much about the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So it was a great loss of him leaving his body, but we still have his remembrance. Remembrance is an important thing. That keeps us connected with the greatest, what you would call, sadhus in the history of the world. And my dear friend was one of those great mahants. He was completely dedicated to Srila Prabhupada, and he always was very expert in teaching Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and you felt like this person really knows what he's talking about. So whenever he would give a class, it would be full of so many important points, and you felt refreshed. You felt as if you actually took a bath and cleaned away all unclean things in your mind. And when in his company, you felt as if this is a genuine sadhu, a genuine devotee, and I feel very happy to know this person. So I can't really say enough good things about Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. However, the little bit I can say, you get an idea that he was an exceptional person who dedicated his whole life to Krishna consciousness and was able to make many, many devotees. And also, he was a globetrotter. He went all over the world preaching the gospel of Bhagavad Gita. So tonight is what, his disappearance? It was 80th, anniversary of Vyasa Puja, yeah. He was my very dear friend, and I spent a lot of time with him, and I always felt very good with him. Why? Because he was very gentle and kind. Anyone who knew him felt very pleased to know him and felt very comfortable in his association. I know I did, and I know many and many other devotees did. So today I'm going to read from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10. And it says, Krishna is speaking in this 10th chapter. And Krishna says, Maharshaya saptapurve chatvaro manavas tata madbaya manasa jata yesam loka imam praja. The 7 great sages, and before them the 4 other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me meaning Krishna, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. And in the purport it says, the Lord is giving a genealogical synopsis of the universal population. Brahma is the original creature, the original creature born out of the energy of the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is known as Hiranyagarbha. And from Brahma, all the 7 great sages, and before them 4 other great sages, named Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara. And the Manus are manifested. All of these 25 great sages are known as patriarchs of the living entities all over the universe. There are innumerable universes and innumerable planets within each universe, and each planet is full of population of different varieties. All of them are born of these 25 patriarchs. Brahma underwent penance for 1,000 years of the demigods, 1,000 demigod years before he realized by the grace of Krishna how to create. Then from Brahma came Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara. Then the Rudras, and then the 7 sages, and in this way all the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are born out of the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma is known as Pitamaha, the grandfather, and Krishna is known as Praputamaha, the father of the grandfather. That is stated in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita 11.39. And then it says, one who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind, meaning Krishna, engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this, there is no doubt. So when we become educated in Krishna consciousness, then we realize that there are tremendously qualified devotees in this world whose only purpose is to help others become Krishna conscious and eventually become liberated from the cycle of birth and death. That is real benefit. So pure devotees, they'll sacrifice their life, their time, their energy, trying to help others become Krishna conscious. And then here it says, one who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mine, meaning Krishna's, engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this, there is no doubt. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Gaura Ki Jai, Hare Bol. The more we learn about Krishna, the more we become convinced that our real mission in life is to become a devotee and learn as much as we can about Krishna and then share that with others so that they can also become devotees and also eventually become so, let's say, educated that they can help others, and to go even further, to be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. So in this purport it says, the highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Unless one is firmly convinced of the different opulences of the Supreme Lord, he cannot engage in devotional service. Generally, people know that God is great, but they do not know in detail how God is great. Here are the details. If one knows factually how God is great, then naturally he becomes a surrendered soul and engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord. When one factually knows the opulences of the Supreme Godhead, there is no alternative but to surrender to him. This factual knowledge can be known from the descriptions in the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures. In the administration of this universe, there are many demigods distributed throughout the planetary system, and the chief of them is Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the four great Kumaras, and the other patriarchs. There are many forefathers of the population of the universe, and all of them are born of the Supreme Lord Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the original forefather of all forefathers. These are some of the opulences of the Supreme Lord. When one is firmly convinced of them, he accepts Krishna with great faith and without any doubt, and he engages in devotional service. All this particular knowledge is required in order to increase one's interest in the loving devotional service of the Lord. One should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is, for by knowing the greatness of Krishna, one will be able to be fixed in sincere devotional service. Well, that is what the Krishna consciousness movement is all about, to help people engage in devotional service. Devotional service. Well, first of all, everyone is engaged in some kind of service. But when you can engage in devotional service to please Lord Krishna, then you have achieved the real purpose of human life. We have arms and eyes and nose and skin, all these different appendages and so forth. But what are they used for? They should be used for knowing who Krishna is and how to please Krishna. And if we do that, we come very, very close to Krishna, and he guarantees to protect his devotee. That means that we become genuine devotees, and Krishna promises to protect his devotee, as well as educate his devotee, as well as always be the well-wisher of the devotee. So that's the type of relationship that we should seek in this life. Yes, there are many good people in this world. There are many demons also, but there are still many good people in this world. But the real good person is the pure devotee of Krishna, because one can attain eternal life in the association of a pure devotee of Krishna. One can feel very peaceful in the association of good people, but that's not enough for liberation from the cycle of birth and death. One has to actually surrender to the Lord completely and dedicate one's whole life chanting the holy names of the Lord and helping others understand how to please Krishna in this lifetime. So you don't have to give up your job, you don't have to give up your family, but what you do give up is bad association. The worst thing a person can do is to have bad association of unholy people. So the beginning of spiritual life is, number one, give up the association of unholy people and associate only with genuine devotees. Some people might find this difficult to do, but it's necessary to do if you want to have a spiritual life. So people who are addicted to smoking, drinking, illicit sex, gambling, using bad language, and basically being wanton people, not really serious about life, not even inquiring anything about what is going to happen to me when I die and things like that. They're only interested in the present, and their engagement is always sense gratification. Therefore, one can become contaminated by having any relationship with such people. But when you give up the relationship of unholy people and take up the relationship of genuine devotees, you'll be relieved. You'll feel very, very clean, and you're able to begin to make genuine spiritual progress. That is the thing that we should work for, genuine spiritual progress, learning more and more about Krishna and engaging more and more in the service to Krishna. And above all, associating with genuine devotees and avoiding the association of non-devotees. So in this verse today, it says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matak sarvam pravartate itimatva bhajante mam buddhabhava samanvita. Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Well, this means that we need to be educated. Education is not what they're teaching in schools today. They're just teaching you to be a worker and to make some money. But real education is to learn your relationship with Krishna and function as a devotee of Krishna. Then you're educated, because that type of education leads to eternal life. The other education, mundane knowledge, etc., will keep you birth after birth in the material world. You will not actually be educated. We're educated when we learn how to develop love and devotion for God or Krishna. So therefore, it says, Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. And in the explanation to this verse, it says, a learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya, and who knows how to apply these teachings, can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. All Vedic literature agrees that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shiva, and all other demigods. In the Atharva Veda, Gopala Tapani Upanishad, it is said, Yo Brahmananam Vidat Dati Purvam Yovai Vedams Cha Gapayati Sma Krishna. It was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again, the Narayana Upanishad says, Ata Purusho Ha Vai Narayano Kamayata Praja Srejyati. Then the Supreme Personality, Narayana, desired to create living entities. The Upanishad continues, Narayanad Brahma Jayate, Narayanad Prajapati Prajayate, Narayanad Indro Jayate, Narayanad Asto Vasavo Jayante, Narayanad Ekadesa Rudra Jayante, Narayanad Dwadas Saditya. From Narayana, Brahma is born, and from Narayana, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayana, Indra is born. From Narayana, the 8 Vasus are born, and from Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayana, the 12 Adityas are born. This Narayana is an expansion of Krishna. It is said in the same Vedas, Brahmanyo Devaki Putra, the son of Devaki, Krishna, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Narayana Upanishad, verse number 4. Then it is said, Eko Vai Narayana Asim, Na Brahma, Na Isano Napo, Na Gni Samo, Neme Dvo, Aprithavi, Na Nakshatrani, Na Suryo. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality, Narayana. There was no Brahmana, no Shiva, no fire, no moon, no stars in the sky, no sun. And this is from the Maha Upanishad. In the Maha Upanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. Thus the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. So the Moksha Dharma, Krishna also says, the patriarchs, Shiva and others, are created by me. Though they do not know that they are created by me, because they are deluded by my illusory energy. In the Varaha Purana, it is also said, Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, and from whom Shiva was born. Lord Krishna is the source of all generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He says, because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me. No one is above me. There is no spiritual controller other than Krishna. One who understands Krishna in such a way, from a bona fide spiritual master, with references from the Vedic literature, engages all his or her energy in Krishna consciousness and becomes a truly learned person. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly are but fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. A Krishna-conscious person should not be bewildered by fools. He should avoid all unauthorized commentaries and interpretations on Bhagavad Gita and proceed in Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness. So that should be our culture as devotees. We should continue with all conviction and firmness to follow the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness and ultimately learn how to glorify the Lord with choice verses and with love and devotion. That means that we will be liberated very soon, and we will be able to also help many, many other people become Krishna conscious. Just like my dear friend, Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. He was that type of a person that made you feel very, very happy and blessed in his association. He was kind, he was gentle, and very erudite in Krishna conscious knowledge, and above all, he loved his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and dedicated his whole life to Srila Prabhupada. And in that way, whoever met Maharaj, they felt as if they were blessed by a saint. They felt that this is a real sadhu who is very, very intelligent, very, 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 very well knowledgeable of the Shastras, and at the same time, a very sweet, mellow person who is warm and friendly and always will make you feel at home in his association. He had that way of pleasing people to make them feel happy, feel wanted, and also feel safe in his association. He made you feel as if you can also become a genuine devotee in this lifetime and also be very happy and have a spiritual life. That was the type of person he was. And he made many devotees. And unfortunately, he had to leave us early. But what can you do? It's usually the best people that leave early and the most, let's say, unfortunate people to stay a long time in the material world. So Bhakti, my dear friend, was a real pundit. He knew the Bhagavad Gita and the Vedic literature very, very much, very expert, and he could speak very nicely and give very wonderful lectures. But above all, he had this warmth of love for Prabhupada and shared that warmth of love of Prabhupada with other people. Therefore, you felt in his company that you could also become a devotee and dedicate your life to Krishna eternally. So I'm very sad that he left so early, but I always feel his presence because he touched my heart in such a way that I can never forget him. And I think about him all the time. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki jai. Are there any questions? Any questions anyone would like to ask? Don't be afraid. Yes. Sure. Yeah, many, many years ago, I met Bhakti Charu Maharaj. I had a big factory, and I had a lot of money at that time. I don't have it now, but at that time I did have a lot of money. And this young boy came to see me. And right away, he and I became friends. I felt I could see that he was a very, let's say, nice person. And he came to see me because he heard about me, and he wanted to get a large donation from me for printing Prabhupada's books in different, well, at that time it was to print books in in India and into the Bengali. So at that time, I sat down with him and talked with him a long time, and I gave him a large donation, right? And he never forgot that. Many years later, he would always remember that I helped him when he was basically destitute, but very, very, let's say, surrendered to Prabhupada and dedicated to print some books in Bengali and to please Srila Prabhupada. So after some time, I saw him again, and this time he had become Bhakti Charu Maharaj. He was not that young boy who was destitute in many ways, but no, now he's Bhakti Charu Maharaj, and he had many devotees, but he remembered me, and was always very kind to me. I can never forget his kindness. And every time he would see me, he'd be so happy to see me, and he would hug me, and I would hug him. And I felt as if this is my real friend. It's like being in the association of a pure devotee. And actually, he was a pure devotee of Krishna. So what can I say? I can't really say too much, otherwise I'm going to start crying. But I can tell you that anyone who ever met Bhakti Charu Maharaj became a friend of his and completely felt as if this is a genuine, pure devotee. So it's difficult to meet a pure devotee sometime, but he was one genuine, pure devotee of Krishna. He loved Srila Prabhupada. When he first met Prabhupada, he was a young man, and he was looking for a pure devotee guru. And he had been traveling around India trying to find a genuine guru. But when he met Prabhupada, he surrendered to him almost immediately. And Prabhupada recognized him. And he's like one of the only devotees who was given first, second initiation very quickly, and then sannyas. In other words, Prabhupada recognized this is not an ordinary person. This is a genuine devotee. And therefore, he got first and second initiation very quickly, and soon after that, he became a sannyasi. And he maintained the rest of his life the sannyas ashram and made many devotees and also inspired so many people with his gentleness and friendliness and genuine love. So he became very popular, very, very popular all over the world. He was a globetrotter. He went around the world preaching and making devotees. And anyone who ever met him, they felt very secure and happy that they had met a genuine devotee of Prabhupada and Krishna. So I can't say much more than that, otherwise I'm going to get too emotional. But I would like to hear also some of his devotees to speak, because that would be more of a, let's say, intimate understanding tonight of who Bhakti Charu Maharaj was. So I'll keep quiet. And so anybody who wants to speak? I didn't say anything. All glories to Prabhupada.
So today is our dearest beloved Guru Maharaj's 80th Vyasa Puja. We are celebrating here. I just want to say a few words in remembrance of Guru Maharaj. My dearest and beloved Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to your mercy. On this blessed day of your 80th Vyasa Puja, I offer my humble obeisances at your lotus feet with a heart full of gratitude, longing and love, remembering your divine presence, your unwavering devotion and your compassion. Your departure from this world left a silence that echoes in the hearts of countless souls. Yet your presence remains ever vibrant in your words, your instructions, your kirtans, and the deep impression you left on our souls. I still remember the first time I saw you. It was in 2011 in the ISKCON temple at Chandigarh. You walked in with such a grace, such serenity that the entire atmosphere shifted. I was just a seeker amongst many, unsure and searching. But when you embraced me, I felt something I had never experienced. A sense of purpose, of belongingness, of being with someone who truly knew me. That moment was the beginning of everything for me, beginning of my spiritual journey. You did not just speak philosophy, you lived it. Your humility is not a posture, it is your nature. Your love for Srila Prabhupada is so deep, so pure, that it became the lens through which you always saw the world. Guru Maharaj, you are not just a spiritual master, you are a divine guide, a gentle father, and a living embodiment of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Your every action reflected dignity, compassion, and unwavering devotion to the mission of Lord Chaitanya. I remember your soft voice, your regal presence, and the way you made each of us feel seen, valued, and loved. You taught us that true love is service, that humility is the highest ornament, and the holy name is our eternal shelter. Though I feel the pain of separation, I also feel your shelter more than ever as you continue to guide us through your teachings, your example, and your boundless care. Please bless me, Guru Maharaj, with the strength to carry your legacy, to serve you with sincerity and never tire, to speak with compassion, to rise when I fail, to remember your words when world distracts me, and to never let go of your shelter. Today, on your blessed Vyasa Puja, I offer you my tears, my prayers, and a promise that I will try in my small way to live the life you always wanted for me. Serve with sincerity, chant with feelings, and to love Krishna with all my heart, and in the process, I may one day be reunited with you in eternal service of the Lord. Your humble servant, Sanjay Anand Krishna Das.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for your offering. So when you were talking about him, we were all remembering his presence. Thank you for your offering, Maharaj. So we had an opportunity to host Maharaj, and those I felt like I was a different person in front of him. The way I acted, I did, everything was so different. And I thought I had the courage to speak. I'll speak what I wrote a while back. So my dusty heart is filled with all anarthas, dust accumulated from millions of lifetimes. One day I met a saintly person. As an angel he walked and talked. Did he come from a different world? Does that world have not jealousy, pride, anger, and greed? And he showed only godly qualities. He made me feel important, that my opinion mattered. He even listened to me and asked me my advice. What a fool I am to tell him what to do. He called me by name like a father, with so much love. He even asked me if I was feeling okay on a fasting day. I think this was on the initiation day. We were fasting, and Maharaj went home. When I entered home, the first thing he asked was, "Are you okay?" I didn't know why he was asking. He was saying that, "You didn't eat whole day. Are you feeling okay?" So the care, the love, like your own father, it was so special. And when he was home one day, I bought oranges from Trader Joe's, and I made orange juice. When I took to him, he took one sip and he asked, "Did you taste it?" I said, "Maharaj, I didn't taste it." "Oh, you should take it." Then he kept half for me. "Why don't you go and take it?" I was like, it is so concerned. I didn't know who he is and why I felt so much love. My phone rang one day, and seeing his name, I was over the moon. And I was in the temple that day, and I think we were talking about the expense of his trip. And he said, "I'm sorry I lied to you." And I was shocked. Why did he say that to me? I mean, it was regarding the flight thing. What a loving exchange was that. But I lied to him to get his association. What a fool I am to do that. How can his anger be so sweet? Maybe an angel's anger are sweeter. Did he come to woo me to the spiritual world to show the loving exchange, as I don't know how Krishna's love feel like? Did he come to show me a glimpse of that? Why is that so short and sweet? Why do I not feel the same love with anyone else? When will I see him and hear his voice again, calling me by my name with so much sweetness? He's full of sweetness and love. What can I do to you, my dear spiritual master? Please be with me, guide me to come back home to you, where I can serve to my heart's desire. Please always bless me that I never forget you and always take shelter of your lotus feet. Your loving daughter, Sujata Radhika Desi.
It's always hard to speak after my wife. Hare Krishna. I'll try to make it more light-moded than more emotional. So, so we got initiation from Guru Maharaj. I'll actually go. I forgot whatever I have to speak after listening to her. Anyway, I met Guru Maharaj when he came to Seattle for the first time. When we were all in turmoil and every devotee was, pretty upset. And we met in Shantashita Hall, and he was sitting there, and he was listening to everybody patiently. And we were all questioning why we should listen to GBC. GBC is all biased and so on. And we were everybody were, complaining. And he didn't say anything. He was just patiently listening. And after everybody vented all the anger, then finally he started speaking. And he just said, I understand everybody is upset. But one thing I can tell you, that we will be able to solve this problem. You just have to be patient and we will not be biased. And I know Harivilas Maharaj was at we will refer him as Prabhu. So I know Harivilas Prabhu for a long time. What a gentleman he is, and how much he loves Prabhupada. And so I know personally him so well. So we're going to handle this very objectively. So we want you to be all, be patient and have trust in GBC and Prabhupada's movement. Because anywhere he go, everywhere he go, he emphasizes one thing, that Prabhupada is the founder Acharya, and we all should just have that as a core principle in our heart, and we should follow his instructions. As long as we do that, we will all be part of ISKCON. Anybody who thinks that Prabhupada is not important, obviously they will not stay in the movement for a long time. So that's the point he would emphasize every time. And so then we were fortunate, Hare Krishna. So we were fortunate, even though there was a bit of a calamity here, we were fortunate to get him as a spiritual master. And when we asked him, he gladly he said, okay, I will give you the initiation. And initially we were thinking that we have to go to D-Land to get the initiation, because there was an initiation ceremony going on. But then we kindly requested, Maharaj, is it possible for us to get initiation in front of the congregation in Seattle? He said, sure, yeah, I will come, no problem. And we were so ecstatic. I said, oh, Maharaj even agreed to come here. So, it was an elaborate arrangement was made, and there's two people, insignificant people, and then he came here for us, and then he was going to give the initiation. And suddenly, the initiation was going to happen on August 8th or 10th. And then a week before that, he called and he said, Shyamukunda, no, I was not Shyamukunda at the time. He was calling me, Senthil Prabhu, I am actually planning to come to Seattle. Before that, I said, okay, Maharaj. And I was supposed to go to India and come back before the initiation. So I booked the ticket, and next day I was going to leave. And then Maharaj told he's actually coming. Then I was confused. So should I go or should I stay? And then I asked Harivilas Maharaj. I said, are you kidding? He is coming to see you and you want to go? Cancel the ticket, Prabhu. I said, okay, Maharaj. So then I immediately canceled the ticket. I didn't even have a second thought. Because we were debating this in the Costco parking lot, because we were doing India shopping. Then we just canceled all of that and we just came back. And then next day Maharaj was here. We got his association. And then in between he went to LA and he came back for the initiation program. And it was such a glorious moment in our lives that Maharaj was gracious enough to give initiation in front of the devotees. We got all the blessings from all the devotees. Such a wonderful moment in our life. In 2018. So that was, out of his causeless mercy, we got that. And then in that August we got the initiation. We went in November. They announced that there is a yatra in D-Land. They were having Maharaj was conducting a yatra. So we said, okay, why don't we go attend that? So we went there, and when we went there, nobody was there. Maharaj was there, but not many devotees were there. So we were confused. And then as soon as Maharaj saw us, oh, welcome, when did you come? And I said, Maharaj, we just came now. And I said, okay. And then we told Maharaj, we heard that there is a yatra in D-Land, so we came. Oh, that one, we cancelled it. Oh, you didn't know? No, Maharaj, we didn't know. That's okay. You can, that's okay, no problem. We'll have some program here. And then he asked, where are you staying? So, Maharaj, we are staying in a hotel. No, go and vacate from the hotel and just come stay with me. I said, okay, Maharaj, we'll do that. And then we went to the hotel and they said, oh, we cannot cancel your reservation. He said, okay, no matter what, I'm leaving. So we left the hotel and then we went and stayed with Maharaj. And then we had a really good association with Maharaj for three days. We stayed with him where he was staying in that house. And then one of the days he said, let's do Kirtan. And then Maharaj did a nice Kirtan for Prabhupada. And then the day we were leaving, Maharaj asked us, actually the day before that, actually, he wanted to celebrate a birthday for a boy, young boy. So they made a cake. He asked us to make icing for that cake. And both geniuses didn't know how to make icing for the cake. So my wife asked someone how to make it, and that Prabhu gave some instruction. So we had no clue. We never done that before. So we came and we really messed it up. So that's one of the embarrassing moments. So, sorry? Yeah, Maharaj is amazing cook. And he was giving instruction for others how to make lasagna and all of that. In the side, we were just doing something. And then, this devotee said, oh, just get half and half and blend it. It will become icing. So we didn't know that is possible. So we never done that before. So we did it. And it was not icing. It was just some juice. And we could see the disappointment in Maharaj's face. And he saw that this is icing. But anyway, so we put a little bit, we put on the cake. Fortunately, somebody made the nice cake. So we put a little bit of that and then we celebrated. And the next day, he suggested, okay, why don't you guys cook lunch for us? And then I think we made a reasonable attempt there. My wife, obviously, I didn't do anything other than helping her. She made sambar, rice, and some sabji and all of that. I think Maharaj was okay with that. And then we took his blessings. And then we left that trip. But such a amazing, sweet moments we had with him, because he always showed this fatherly love that you always feel special whenever he's around. And then he would regularly call and he would just say, Shyam Mukunda. And that's a sweet voice. It's hard to replicate. He would always call with that voice. And he would say, how are you? I say, yes, Maharaj, I'm doing well, Maharaj. So the important thing is, I don't even know how he finds time and to call. You know, I was a new devotee. There are so many devotees. And he would somehow find time to call and talk to me and then inquire about the kids and how I'm doing and all of that. When I go to any of these programs in D-Land, everybody says the same. I don't know how Maharaj finds time. He would call me, he would talk to me, and it was like, okay, I thought I'm special somehow. He called me, but he called everyone like that, and somehow time manifests for him. But he also travels, he also gives lectures, and he did so much seva, and still he finds time to call the devotees and give some association, some inspiration, some motivation for us to somehow follow this path. And as my wife was saying, that he gave the sample love, how Krishna's love would be as a simple sample, little sample, right? Through his compassion, he gave that. And we're all just longing for that. okay, how do we get that more? And you know, that's the motivation to chant the holy name and develop the love for Krishna, love for Prabhupada, and love for the spiritual masters, so that we can stay in this path to hopefully go back to spiritual world. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Anyone else? I just would like to share a few things. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki jai. So, Maharaj was, like when we just joined our Sisir, the elder kid, in college in St. Louis, and we were driving. After we joined the college, and I was driving to go to a nearby temple, because our favorite tourist spots are always what temple we can go to. So the Balaji temple, I was going, and Maharaj called once. So I was driving, so I didn't pick up. 2 times, 3rd time. So now something urgent. Otherwise, why is he calling so many times? So I just pulled over and talked to him. And Maharaj was driving, and so that's why I could not pick up your call. He was sounded something urgent, a little annoyed kind of, but then immediately said, okay, I heard there's some program happening here in Seattle, which is some non-ISKCON program kind of thing. We used to get the Lakshmi Narasimha and yeah, all those temples. We are known for it, doing all these things, so not surprising. So Maharaj, yes, yeah, this is there was Sri Vaishnavas and they're doing it. And he asked me all the questions, but his tone was not accusative or putting in trouble. Or you're not, it's non-standard, we never do this kind of thing. But he was always finding the facts, not in a punishing way, but also understand what the situation is. And then when I explained it, he actually accepted it and said, yeah, that's good, very nice, yeah. Next time, let's pay attention, kind of thing. These things are okay, but it's just a matter of how you actually communicate. So we were not, we're brand new, right? We're dealing with Maharaj almost through the GBC meetings here. But Maharaj's thing is like, he makes you like, okay, I'm not accusing you. I'm not talking to you in a punishing way, but I'm talking like a genuine friend. And through that, actually, a discussion can happen. A dialogue can happen. You can learn from him. So that's one thing I said, this calm demeanor. And that's one incident comes to my mind. And second is calm, everything, but is also very Srila Prabhupada's man and strict GBC man. Those who have seen the videos of New York temple when lights were off, mics were cut, the whole pandemonium broke out, Maharaj stood like a warrior there to communicate what the GBC point is, right? So he's compassionate, at the same time he knows the principle on which he's going to stand, he can justify it. And we still miss, like when he used to come, my family, Sisir, Sassin, Kavitamani, myself, he stops by, though only he knows me much, not my family, but he actually stops, asks each person's name, what they're doing, how they're doing, and then actually spends almost 15-20 minutes before he actually goes out. And any small thing which you do actually gives credit to you. Last time, that's the last time he came. He just came in a very short notice. We invited him, and he comes. He's the one who has to make the adjustment to his schedule. If he said, no, I could not come, nobody would have said anything to him. But he actually changed his ticket, came here, no, I want to be here. And then he gave the credit to us, saying that so-and-so invited, Damodar Prasad invited, and I came here. And little we know that that was his last visit. It's unfortunate, but we always remember Maharaj not only like a saintly person, but also a great manager. I've seen him like Shyamakant Bubu shared. Even he was very kind to every party, not just one side. He doesn't come across one-sided, blind support, yes man kind of thing. He wanted to know whole story, and he wanted to work both ways. So that's a true spirit of a spiritual master, not taking sides and be kind to everyone. So that we definitely miss that kind of association. But we pray that we can develop by reading about him and learning about him more through his devotees. I also met many of his devotees, like Rupanuga Prabhu, recently. He's epitome of something like Maharaj. You can see him like when he says Bhakti Charu Maharaj disciple. Yes. He's a very simple man. Though he's highly placed in ISKCON circles, regarded as a professor and a teacher and a great spiritual person, but he very down-to-earth person. So seeing such people, that saintly association, St. Maharaj has left enough people here so that we can actually associate with them. So thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
I'll also share a few things then. I'd say for me, I definitely had a lot less interactions with him, but I think they were all super meaningful. And I was a lot younger, I'd say probably 6 years ago. And the ones that really stuck to me were that he would always come down to whoever's level and interact with them at that level. Like when I was a kid and I was asking, my parents would always urge me to ask him questions, ask him something. So whenever I'd ask him something, he always knew to not give me some super deep philosophical answer, but come down and explain something to me in a way that I could understand. And I feel like that was something that really impacted my faith, because being a kid, you're always trying to challenge your parents or something like that. But I feel like he gave me so much personal advice, and I was able to learn so much from him. And I think when you're young as well, your role models are your parents. And then when you see them looking up to someone as their parent, then it's a really big impact on you. And I think getting that up close opportunity to talk to him and see the way he carried himself and the impact he had on our community and my parents, my family, I think that had a big impact on me. And I think going into the future, he's someone that we can look back on, to look into his books and read about the impact he had on so many people. And I think when it comes to people taking initiative, he's a clear figure. They talk about how he translated books to Bengali and doing things like that. Or it's not some average work. He made a huge impact on ISKCON, and I think that's an important lesson that I want to take into the future. And the emotional impact is huge as well. I've shed so many tears. Each time we do this event, it's always a big impact. And I was lucky I got the opportunity to come early and help set up and all that. And it's each year, it's always before college starts for me. And it's a time to kind of remember, these are the people that were there for us, and these are the people that had an impact on us, and we don't want to kind of forget that. Because as 4, 5, 6 years goes by, it's easy to kind of forget all these people that had an impact, especially me, because I didn't take initiation from or something. It was my parents. But even with that, it's important when we come back here and all of us are together, we can all talk about our memories. And so many of these come back to me, when I went to D-Land for the first time. All those memories come back of what we were doing, how much time we all spent. And I think this is super important. I was able to first learn a lot from all the experiences. Thank you. And yeah, I'm super grateful to him. So, yeah, Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna. I would like to also share a very short conversation that I had with Bhakti Charu Maharaj. That was back in, I think in 2012. Year might be here and there a little bit, but somewhere in 2012. 14? Okay, maybe after 14. Some 10 years back. More than 10 years back. So I was very new in Krishna consciousness, and there was some program at I think Madhav Chandra Prabhu home, and class session got whole program got over, and everyone was taking blessing. I didn't know much about Maharaj, and I also just went to take blessings. So Maharaj spoke to me like maybe for a minute, but his words still I remember very clearly. So Bhakti Charu Maharaj told me that Krishna consciousness is like you are riding your bike like in circle with a 10 or 15 speed. Just keep circling. But when you ride the same bike in the aeroplane, you are still riding with a 10 or 15 speed. But now your speed is like hundreds of miles because you are in the aeroplane. So Krishna consciousness is like this. You continue. I'm just rephrasing some words because I don't remember exact words. So continue your all activities and just be in Krishna consciousness plane. Then your speed will be like hundreds of miles. But we are still putting the small effort, just riding bike with 10, 15 speed. So I just wanted to share that one conversation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So I have few memories since I was very young when I had a lot of association with Maharaj. So things may not have stuck as deeply or it wasn't as meaningful to me then as now when I'm reflecting on it, how meaningful my interactions with Maharaj were. But I remember when I was a little kid, or maybe not even little kid, like I was 10 years old, I would make paintings, and over the summer, I would go to so many painting workshops, and I would come home with 5 new paintings. And then whenever Maharaj would come to stay, when me and my mom were cleaning the room for him to stay, my mom would make me put all the paintings around the room, around the windows and everywhere. And every single time that Maharaj came, he always recognized which paintings were new and which paintings I didn't have the time before. And I would say my brother and my dad don't even know which paintings were new. So it was like he cared so much and he remembered so much about me, just some random little kid of his disciples. And I didn't realize how lucky we were to be able to host Maharaj every time that he came and stayed in our house. And I was just a kid. I don't have very my parents would tell me to ask questions, they told Nitin to ask questions, and I was like, I don't have any questions. I don't want to go ask questions. It's very scary. But now, reflecting on that, I wish I put more time into building a stronger relationship, because I know Maharaj would have done anything for me, and he would have tried to build whatever relationship with me. And another big memory I have was when we would go to D-Land. The first time when my dad was saying, we went to the farm and he just invited us to his house like it was nothing. And me, my mom, and my dad, we just stayed with him for a whole 4 days. And that was one of my best Florida trips. I was having so much fun. There was a pool there. It was such a nice house, and yeah, and we were trying to cook. We were just kind of family time. And then it was like Maharaj was our grandfather, and we were just a big family spending time there. And even now when we go back to D-Land even when Maharaj isn't there, you can kind of see the whole, I don't know what other word to use, but vibe, the vibe that he left, the environment that he has left there. And everyone has such a service attitude and a service mind there, and it's such a nice community that he's built. When I was younger, I was I don't want to go to D-Land because it's so hot. I'm just going to be sweating all the time there. But now it's a trip I would genuinely enjoy to take, because there's little kids there, there's families there. They have such a nice temple there, and it's you can see the impact that Maharaj has left in that place. And I would say the same with the Ujjain temple in India. We went there once when we went on a trip to India, and me and my brother, we got food poisoning there when we went, so we couldn't really do that much. And you can see the impact that Maharaj has left, as everyone there was willing to take care of us. They put IVs in us. They got us a special room. And I don't think anyone would be like that, or anything would be we wouldn't be treated like that if we weren't Maharaj's disciples, and if it wasn't all just one big family. So I'm really happy my parents got initiated by Bhakti Charu Maharaj. I think he's really brought us into his family. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Inspired?
Hare Krishna. I'm just going to share some short memories I have with Guru Maharaj. But my main memory is that when Guru Maharaj used to come to Singapore, he would walk around the whole apartment complex, and he would make us show him this is the tennis courts, this is the pool area, and he would be so engrossed, and people would try to talk to him, and he wouldn't listen to them. He would just listen to us. I also remember that I used to be scared, similar to all the other kids. My parents would be you have to ask questions. This is such an important time. This is such a exalted Maharaj. And I used to be no, this is scary. And I used to be do I bow down? What do I say? But as soon as I saw Guru Maharaj, he would just say, Pranaya, Hare Krishna, how are you? How is school? Sorry. Guru Maharaj used to love to cook, and I remember making lasagna with him. And he would be so patient and understanding when we made mistakes. He would treat us like his own daughters, and he just cared so much for our family, and it was he was my father. Sorry. But Guru Maharaj was one of the most patient people I've ever met in my whole life. I know I was an annoying kid. My sister would tell me all the time. But Guru Maharaj used to take the time to explain how to do things, how to make his monks delight, how to make his lasagna even when I made a lot of accidents and a lot of mistakes. And even my parents would get mad at me, but Guru Maharaj would never get mad at me. And he was just someone who cared so much for those close to him and those around him. He used to just always take the time to ask how your day had been. And he's just such a pure soul, and I miss him. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else?
Yes, it's really difficult not to get emotional when talking about Guru Maharaj. We've all, just like Shamakun Prabhu was saying, that each one of us always felt in his presence that we were very dear to him, we are very special to him. We were extremely fortunate, especially me and the whole family, because Sanjanan Prabhu used to travel a lot. He would spend a lot of time here in Seattle, and every time Guru Maharaj came to Singapore, I was the one driving him, serving him most of the times, and I felt extremely, extremely fortunate. Just like everybody was saying, the way Guru Maharaj used to, call our names, I can never forget that. It brought so much joy to the heart, when Guru Maharaj called our names. There are so many incidents. The most dear incident that I can remember right now is that the beautiful Nitai Gaura Chandra that we have at our home are a gift from Guru Maharaj, and so is the altar. During those days, Guru Maharaj had just started. We all know how Guru Maharaj is a perfectionist, and every service that he does, everything that he does, right from writing an email, just replying to a small email, to cooking, to be it directing Abhay Charan, whatever service Guru Maharaj has taken up, the Ujjain temple has been extremely immaculate and impeccable. And I had served, I had made garlands for devotees, a devotee family who had beautiful Gaur Nitai, and they were marble Gaur Nitai. And I had this desire to have marble Gaur Nitai at home and serve them. And we took permission from Guru Maharaj and we spoke to him. The Guru Maharaj said he would love to arrange for the deities and he would also love to arrange for the altar. And Guru Maharaj took measurements himself with his own hands. We still have those pictures. And then Guru Maharaj spoke to me about, not having marble deities and having neem deities. But then my desire to serve their lordships in the form of marble deities was really strong. And Guru Maharaj could see that. And then Guru Maharaj suggested, why not have Panchadhatu deities? I still was, insistent. I was so foolish at that time. I did not know Vaishnava etiquette. We were very new. I wasn't initiated yet. We were very, very new, and we got Guru Maharaj's mercy and love very, very freely. And that's why we didn't have, now when I look back, I can even, not even now, after being with Guru Maharaj for a year, I could see, how I was really foolish initially. Anyhow, then Guru Maharaj helped us get marble deities, and Guru Maharaj specially flew from India to welcome Nitai Gaura Chandra. He came home, he named their deities. He was, he with his own hands, he wrote down their name and he gave that card to us, and it was a very, very special moment for us. Even the altar, Guru Maharaj took almost 1.5 years. He rejected 3 altars before he finalized one altar which came to our place. And every time Guru Maharaj came to Singapore, we were so extremely fortunate to serve Guru Maharaj at our home. I remember that Guru Maharaj used to really like tofu, and once Guru Maharaj noticed that every time I would honor prasad, I was taking everything except for tofu. And once Guru Maharaj asked me why I wasn't honoring tofu, then I told Guru Maharaj that, Guru Maharaj, I've always been a vegetarian, and tofu doesn't feel right in my mouth. And and then Guru Maharaj said, through you, Krishna is maybe trying to tell me that I should stop eating tofu. And I felt very devastated because I knew Guru Maharaj loved tofu. And there was a devotee in South Africa who had his whole business running in South Africa, which was not just tofu, but mock meat and different things like that. And when he came to know that Guru Maharaj has decided to give up tofu and all the mock meat, he was very, very upset with me. And when I met him in Ujjain, I really begged for forgiveness. And I also told Guru Maharaj many times after that, but Guru Maharaj said that through you, Krishna has, it's not you, it's through you, Krishna is guiding me that I should stop, and it's not even good for my health. So, yeah, and then Guru Maharaj